I'm here, hello, and I didn't have to play another song to take time to blow my nose. How are we doing? Hello. Babysitting today, so we'll see how that goes without headphones. No worries, Carrie, you do what you need to do. We'll turn volume down. It's fine. I won't say anything out of order. But then again, I can't speak for the game. How's everyone doing? Can square so much? No. Bad goblin. No.
Beep 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 redacted beep beep.
Redacted. I thought his last performance was in Dark Place, but there we go. There's a weird reference. Let's hop over to a game. Ugh. Calm down, please. I feel like it's possibly blasphemy to be telling a Phoenix Wright game to calm down, but anyway. Redacted. How's it going? We all good? You all having a good time? My microphone is slightly in the way of the screen, which is not great for a game where I have to read a lot. Redact a lot. Is going munching dinner! Oh, great. Good stuffs. I made a little pasta thing for dinner, and I thought, you know what, let's try something different. Let's put some, like, chili flakes in it. And I put too many chili flakes in it. Not too many, but too many. Bunch. Bunch. Right, so last time, in the world of the Phoenix Ace Wright Attorney, it's spicy. Almost an anagram of crispy. We were enlisted to help an actor who has been is being charged with the murder of his co-worker, having since his co-worker was impaled. The actor plays the Steel Samurai, I believe, which is the name of a kids' TV character, who's like always in like full costume. You can't really see them, yeah, their co-worker, who is the villain, who I forget the name of, was impaled by this Steel Samurai's spear or something. Yeah, we're doing this one. Yeah, our associate, Maya? Maya? The one that's still alive. Hi, Oobs! Best werewolf man, yeah. Werewolf Samurai, my favourite show. But anyway, she's a big fan of the show, and so she's like, we need to help defend this person. And we're like, oh, okay. Upon investigating the scene, or upon investigating him, we had a little chat with him, and there's a weird running storyline of him being like, oh, dude, the kids can't see my face, they'll hate me. It's like, you look nice. What's your problem? But yeah, he says that he was sleeping the whole time in his dressing room and never went to the studio, and the first time he saw it was after everyone else discovered it. However, the security guard, whose name is Old Bag, claimed to have seen the Steel Samurai walking towards the place before the murder. But my assumption is you might have seen someone in costume. Doesn't mean it was him. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. So we have investigated the waiting room and a couple of other places, and we have just entered the scene of the crime. I believe that's where we left off. So we can continue. This is probably the last one. It is. There it is. Scene of the crime. This was the outfit, I assume. It's pronounced Ulebig. Ulebig? Oh, Olebag. Olebach. For what it's worth, I think her last name is Old Bag. It still doesn't help. Yes, so we've just arrived here, and this is presumably where the person was impaled, or where the body was found that had been impaled. Let us have a bit of an examine. Also, let me remember the voices. It's been a bit. Looks like a backdrop for a stage. This must be used in the Steel Samurai show. Ah, of course! That's the mountain, Neo Fujiyama! Oh yeah, it's like Neo Oldie Tokyo or something? Is the name of the location in the show. It's very silly. Neo Fujiyama. Doesn't the Steel Samurai take place in Oldie Tokyo?
It was snowing on Mount Fuji.
It was snowing on Mount Fuji. Thank you very much, Hazel. Can you even see Mount Fuji from there? Not Oldie Tokyo, Nick. Neo Oldie Tokyo. Oh, alright. I still find it weird that we're called Nick. My name's Phoenix. I was always confused because these games were referred to as Ace Attorney and Phoenix Wright, and I always got confused that was the thing. And I was like, okay, cool, so they're the same thing, it's the same person, I'm fine. And now they're being called Nick. Ye Olde Bag Tokyo. Lights. Wow, look at that camera! That must cost a ton! Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought! Hey, you, no touching that. Don't have a voice yet. Hello. I'm sorry, my partner's kind of, you know. You know, I don't know. Who are you? Penny. You're Penny. Voice for Penny. Voice for Penny. I don't know. Any suggestions? Penny is the name of my the Dishonored RPG character's daughter. She's a bit of a know-it-all, so when I do a kind of sort of speaking like this, kind of up in the nose kind of thing, like that. That's what I'm gonna go with. Who, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with the props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. Never like how you can see her neck through her shirt. Ooh, I'm gonna have to have a look at that. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're the WP's people. Oh yeah, it's a very skin tight thing going on there. Got freckles though, so that helps. WP? Oh, Will Powers, WP, I get it. It's initials, Maya. I don't envy you guys one bit. But do what you can for WP, okay? He never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry, leave it to us. I'm going to continue examining, thank you. Touch the equipment. Wow, look at that camera, that must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. That's just the same thing, but it told me that it was new. We're grand, it's fine. There's a bag, that's apparently not interesting. Ladder. A step ladder. Look, a ladder. That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? Need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. This girl is out there. Yeah, definitions of words. Right, scene of the crime. They outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. I forgot he was called Jack Hammer. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. Interesting. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. Interesting. Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I've always wanted to sit in one of these. Hey, Nick, take a look at that. One of those black and white boards they clap at the start of filming. It's called a clapperboard. And look, a megaphone, a real live megaphone. Ready, Nick? Action! This girl's more troubled than I thought. She's just excited about a megaphone, Phoenix. Just call her troubled. This. What's this? That's for reflecting light. They call it a reflecting screen or something like that. The assistant holds it during filming. Huh! What? Where's your enthusiasm for all things entertainment? Well, lighting's fine, but I'd want to be the director, or maybe the Steel Samurai. I think she's being serious. Everyone's so mean to my... It's a thing. Okay, we have done examining. We shall now chat. The day of the crime. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder?
Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see.
Only one assistant?
Yes, well, the studio isn't doing so well right now. And yesterday was the only rehearsal for our action sequences.
Oh, I see. Ah, this was the them practicing their action sequences, and this is the security lady. Old bag!
In the morning, we went for the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there, along with everyone else.
The employee area, that's where Powers' dressing room is, right?
Yes, that's the place.
Aha, we discovered a stake.
After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP and go into his dressing room. But I didn't see either of them after that.
Okay, so you're not a witness to anything? Or you're a witness possibly to not anything, depends where you were. Will Powers! Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room?
No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of girl do you think I am?
What kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. Sorry. So much for getting a confirmation of Powers' alibi.
What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry, I know you're busy.
Nah, not really. Just being honest.
Actually, there's been something bothering me.
Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue, a lead. It's pronounced lead, Maya. Hello, your phone's really struggling today and might blow up. No! Already shut down so much earlier I had to restart it and it's chugging a bit. Oh no, Kiro.
Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just afternoon, I sensed someone was here.
You sensed? We can't judge about that, can we? Given what we're doing. Disappear again, it was all good knowing all of you. Oh no! Have a good babysit. You sensed?
Yes, several times. Some other studio
employees, maybe?
No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run-through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside.
Really?
But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that.
No, thanks, that helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. Sensing someone. It's Penny. So you sensed that somebody other than the regular film crew was in the studio?
Yes, I think.
I think it doesn't cut it as a witness testimony.
Nick, what about the security lady? If someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them.
Cool. Present. I have a present for you. It's a card key. Any thoughts about this?
Oh, sorry. I don't really want to think about that too much about what happened just yet.
Fair enough. Pierced through the chest by a spear on the 15th of October, 2:30 p.m. We have a guide map as well. This is the fact that we're given this is probably important. The main gate is you come in here. You can go left to the employee area or right to Studio 1. Studio 2 is apparently abandoned at the moment, and there's a tree blocking the road, which knocked the head off of the mascot of the studio. Cool. Outside Studio 1. Hey, it's Gumshoe. How you doing? You're in? Nothing new to chat. Main gate. Security lady. October 16th. Global Studios. Main gate.
What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost.
Talking time. Assistant's claim.
What? I saw that suspicious look on your face.
I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times?
Sure as can be.
But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day.
What?
Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am?
Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? All right, you better tell me and tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do.
We were just talking to the assistant in Studio One.
Don't say that, Maya.
Oh, she's not even a full-time employee. Oh, you young'uns are like that nowadays. Just tomorrow saying this and then saying another thing. You'll think or two about respecting your elders. Shame that you use... Ah!
She left.
Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without our looking over our shoulders.
True. Tweet, buds. Examine things. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. I clicked off the game.
Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer.
Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Yes. Saving. Tweet. Death to all interns. No! Support the interns. Try it. Okay, let's give it a try.
You know how to work these things, Nick?
It looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. 15th of October. Looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1, that was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. I remember ST1. Save? 307? Rings a bell? There, entered.
Hey, it printed out the data for that day.
Let's see what we got. Aha. I think I got it right.
How is this a picture of Will Powers?
Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him.
I don't imagine the detective was very happy with his photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back.
October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
What does that mean?
Maybe there's more photo data from that day?
Nope, that's the only one in the computer.
Powers' question mark photo added to the court record?
Hey, Nick! Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial?
Yeah, I've stolen plenty of things and used them in court before, it's fine.
We'll put that security lady in her place with this.
Right, we'll put her in her place.
Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says.
Wait, let's not.
Why not?
It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon.
Nick, you're craftier than I give you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate.
Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Also, we got killed.
Relax, it was just a joke. So are we done for today?
Guess so. I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. To be continued. Saving. Why are you stating evidence? Because that's what we do, apparently. We did it with a phone tap. We've done it with a bunch of stuff. On October 18th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October the 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed a fellow actor, Jack Hammer, in Studio One of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact.
I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Very well. I call the most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Well, yes, sir. Here we go. Bloody voice. It's Moida. Gotta say Moida to get into the kind of voice, you know. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here's the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. I'm doing great. It's trial of Will Powers for killing Jack Hammer. There wasn't much of a chance of that anyways. Food! Get food. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here from 1 p.m. at that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were into the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went into Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Guard station. Guard station. I don't know, it's a weird word. I've never seen it before. Now, jump ahead later to that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
Should I listen to that whole thing again? Saving. Because I'm gonna say yes, but I don't know. Yes. I'm sorry, could you describe that one more time?
I should have known it would be you, pal. Fine, once more for the mentally challenged lawyer.
Cheers. yeah, live it up while you can, Gumshoe.
To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios. This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. that day. Past the security station, there's a gate. Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on that day of the murder, October the 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead later to that day, 5 p.m., the production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, that's it, it's God. Yeah, that's what Miss put in chat. I just read that as an exclamation like, oh God. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. Okay, there's no new information here. I was just gonna say that, try this in case you said something different, you know? 2:30. That's the case. No, I'm not gonna listen to it again. I think I could probably remember that. So the murder
weapon was a spear. How medieval.
Samurai spear added to the court record. This spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see?
Understood.
Let's call this security officer to the stand. Oh, please don't. Will the witness declare her name? She knows what she has to say. Okay, interesting. Wasn't expecting this turn of events. I am not doing the ooh-woo voice again.
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please.
He's married, old bag.
He's married, old bag. Big mouth.
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names.
Wendy Old Bag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. Even when I was young, I was an old bag. Still, how the other children believe it. But there was this boy. He called me an old bag, and well, I just cried.
Objection. Objection. I object to the witness's talkativeness.
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony.
Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, I was.
Oh my god, there's so much up and down in this scene in terms of voices.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony.
She sure is one hell of an old bag. What is this? No, I'm not doing the Uwu voice. It's fine. That character is in prison. We're fine. Witness testimony. Witness account. Here we go.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since this morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
For now. Don't say for now.
You saw the defendant, then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. So we can press on pretty much anything. We've got to try and present things. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station 1 p.m. Barrow, Hammer, and the rest have been doing a run-through there since this morning. That's all fine. And some errands to run. I am interested in that. Who is Bib Boy representing? He's the prosecution. I'm representing the actor. Our boyfriend is prosecution. What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know.
Observing? When are you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper! I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would say it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs, always. Never missed one in all my years.
Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run through too. Unfortunately, it was the magistrate that got run through. Big boy. If you wish to refer to Edgeworth as Big Boy, I'm not going to stop you. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Probably going to need you, so I'd prefer you not to.
Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from there until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m.
Now, okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to save it. Because there is the thing on the note that says it happens at 2, not 2:30, or whatever. No, did it say 2? Hang on, I'll check. I'm paying attention, shush. Okay, so she does say 2, and on the back of the thing it says 2, right? It does say 2. Okay, so she is telling the truth.
There's no door handle.
There's no door handle, Jeeb. Oh no! Hey, Jeeb, how you doing? Not much has happened. We met an assistant called Penny, who hasn't done anything. Although told us that... I can't remember what she told us. Told us that she thought someone else was there on the scene of the crime. Car ads are so weird. They are, rather. Just underneath perfume one. So yeah, there's an assistant working there called Penny. She thinks something weird was happening, and we got this photo, which is of the ostensibly the Steel Samurai character walking towards the thing, but they're in costume, so... Also, it says photo number 2, which is interesting. Right by 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, who was heading towards the studio. Okay, the direction's correct. I'm gonna present. Well, hang on. I'm gonna question this first. So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, sonny?
Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him. It was Powers, that man right there.
Objection! Let me get this straight, old bag. Mrs. Oldbug. I'm gonna assume it's like Oldbug. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo.
Boom. Big trousers. Are they supposed to be that long? Or is it somebody much smaller? Just watched an ad where somebody was being driven to the hospital to give birth, and then at the end it turned out the dad was actually the taxi driver, and it was all about the Toyota, actually. Okay.
What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Oldie Tokyo. Mrs. Oldback, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course! Didn't your mother teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I knew that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Mrs. Witness.
He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. You never drive a Toyota just for yourself. Never? Oh, I guess it's Toyota, not one Yota.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man.
Of course I have proof. Ah, here we go. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. I appreciate a chaotic character who can stun both of them. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you.
This is court, ma'am.
Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbags left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. This woman. Force of chaos. Appreciate it.
Let's hear about your proof, then.
Witness testimony. The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
Interesting.
So he had to sprain his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her till she squeals. That's a weird way of putting it. Has she considered becoming a lawyer? Scared of her becoming a lawyer. Man in the photo. Never say anything I don't mean. What does that mean? Explain.
Whippersnapper!
I haven't said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. Youth today always whining about each other. Pointing fingers is enough to make an old one.
Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworth has met his match.
That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. What prop?
Was it a spear? That'd be interesting. He broke a prop? Yeah, okay.
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. The murder weapon. Breaking the shaft has been mended with duct tape.
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day.
I'm gonna press on a few things, see what we can get. Press on a sprained ankle, probably a bad idea. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot, okay.
See, he's dragging his leg, clear as day.
Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture again. Very baggy. He was walking strangely. Oh, so he was walking strangely because he was injured.
It does look like he's dragging his foot. See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper.
Please don't press on a sprained ankle, yes.
That's how I knew it was Powers, happy?
Oh, back from shower. Hello. We've discovered duct tape. Still, you can't look at this and say it's Mr. Powers.
Yes, but only Mr. Powers would have been dragging his leg. He has a point. It does seem likely that it was Mr. Powers.
There's gotta be more to this. I better keep pressing it. Hope the shower was nice. Sprained his ankle, broke one of the props, already done that. Saw Powers trip and fall. Might as well. Trip and fall. Ah.
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the steel samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better. I guessed it where it hurt. Look, let's just skip over that part, shall we?
Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony.
Okay, so this is the only thing we haven't pressed. Poor Powers having that woman tend to his injury. Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's the steel samurai. Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me. And what exactly were you doing? Observing, just observing.
What about the assistant?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then. I think we've done everything, right? That's a weird thing to say right at the beginning. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. So again, we have this sort of, what do we have? Time of death, G30, pierced through the chest by a spear. Pierced through the chest by a spear that's been held together with duct tape. Whoops, wrong button. Is that duct tape? You're following a trial that's being streamed and it's not as unhinged as this and way less funny. I mean, I'd hope so. Not funny at all. What are they even doing? It does look like duct tape, doesn't it? So what's the angle here? That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Oh, whoops.
I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there is one thing that bothers me.
Oh, thanks.
Which is?
Where is this steel samurai costume now?
Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes?
Little smug head shake.
And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
I suppose that's right.
Sure, Your Honor? Saving! Object. Boom. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo could we see Mr. Will Powers.
Are you sure you're sure you're sure?
You sure, you're sure, you're sure? Am I sure that you're sure that I'm not sure that he's sure about the fact that you're not sure? And the setup isn't unrealistic at this juncture. Oh, that's terrible.
The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also.
Tap, tap. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
The witness account. Cont.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true?
Whoops.
The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
I mean, the first thing I want to say is that there is a Studio 2 there that does not require people to go past you to get to Studio 1. And apparently no one's been in there for ages, so... something, sure, it is a cont something. Witness's account, cont. Not a bad word, it's an abbreviation. She sure is a continuing menace.
The time upon Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true?
Yes.
The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers.
This is where I want to vote. Let's press. Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody is suspicious looking. Right.
No one else went there.
Press. What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1 p.m.? Why, everyone was in the employee area before that. And I locked the main gate, so no one could get in.
Yeah, that looks completely unclimbable, doesn't it?
Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them.
Are you sure?
The witness has answered the question. Anyone going to the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy? Old Windbag sure has balls. You know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? What? Phoenix, please. 9 PM. Only person who saw going by the studio before them was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, you would have seen them. Precisely which bit do I point out photo number 2? Let's try here. Well, let's try here. No one else went. Try it out. Boom. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, it is, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway. It's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Ooh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
While you're not doing your job. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo were printed the words October 15th, 2 PM, photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken on 2 PM on October the 15th.
Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo?
Order, order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1 but 2 people went to the studio that day, yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
Me? Me? You want to watch your mouth, whippersnapper? The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes. That's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court?
This court's so thick. Seems to be a running theme.
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help.
Call him Edgy Boy. Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what that means either. He writes with a quill.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too.
This is ominous.
Whippersnapper. Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai. Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
Unreliable witnesses. It's the whole game.
I see. Your testimony, please.
Witness testimony. The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see?
Oh, Jesus, lady, please.
Come to think of it, now, I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Think about it right now. If you want a good courtroom or jury movie to watch, 12 Angry Men. I have heard good things about 12 Angry Men, although I also know some things about the ending because it's been parodied so many times. But yeah, throwing out photos on the day the murder took place. Yeah, apparently. That is the correct face, Edgeworth. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, son, I've only just remembered it. Right. Anyway.
Edgeworth, same.
Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. So it's the turn for the expected. The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do.
Cute. After a murder has happened. Another job.
That's right, I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes.
Do you back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. Throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking.
So the evidence is gone. What a lumpy ear. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, did I?
She's missing the point. She is not the witness I was expecting. I was expecting her to be annoyingly fastidious. Quite the opposite. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
A fanboy.
Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me.
Phoenix, language.
Language.
They get information about the rehearsals from Gosha as well. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Objection. But wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
Yes, I noticed that.
The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and, well, that's where they come in.
You're the security guard. You should probably do something about it. They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks.
Can't say heck in the courtroom.
Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids? So, on the photo that you erased...
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What?
Order. Let me get this straight. You put the lamb in the coconut? You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai, dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh, yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear.
Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
That's your job, lady.
It's your job. Oh, the job is impossible. It's what you're paid to do. To be fair, maybe it is impossible and you need more people working there. One security guard probably isn't going to help you too much, but... Conveniently, the studio is in financial issues, so...
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick? What's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect. Yeah, they're already trying to unsuspect him.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
Maya, same. October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Ah, Mr. Powers?
Yes?
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go out to the studio?
But I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So, who was the Steel Samurai in the security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of the stuff. That stuff, particularly. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a steel samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
Doesn't look good.
Mr. Babygirl Edgeworth, we can both agree this trial is stupid, right?
I think we probably could, yes. It doesn't look good. Oh. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we gonna do?
Well, first, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right.
And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick, it's time.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, what does that mean? I mean, please don't say like that.
Okay, so you don't go for the child because they can't use the spear. If a picture is taken every time someone passes through that camera, shouldn't there have been a picture on the way back? Because he wasn't there when people discovered the body. You're asking this game to make sense. You mute streaming a bit because your headphones have wandered off somewhere and you have to babysit. We'll try to keep watching there. You got this. Thank you, Caro. Have a good babysit.
Court will now reconvene to the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim because that's my job.
Edgeworth, have you considered that 10-year-olds are vicious?
Vicious. Yes, have you considered that they're vicious? Don't know how you spell it. I think there might not be an S in the middle. Yeah, it's a weird word. But even then, vicious.
Vicious.
Vicious, there you go. That's a really weirdly spelt word when you look at it, isn't it?
Vicious.
See, that works just as well. The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Oh.
Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent.
That's literally all you do.
If you accuse anyone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers who could have committed the murder?
I want to say the assistant. I don't want to say the assistant because they seem nice. But also, they could actually have done it. They might be the murderer, I don't know. But the assistant wasn't... No one saw the assistant after rehearsals. Right? It couldn't have been the boy because it's too small, couldn't have wielded the spear. The security lady... Frankly, I just don't want to accuse her while she's here. She'll shout at me. See the blinking bit of the bar? Yes, is that how much I'm going to lose if I screw this up? Yeah. So this is the risk of this particular endeavor. I'm gonna say we're gonna do this perfectly, whether it requires time travel or not. Bar gets to 0, it's game over. Okay. I assume this is like case long. I want to say this. Why? Okay, why could the assistant not have done it? Why could the security lady not have done it? It is case long, okay. So let's look at our evidence, right? Bended with duct tape. Dragging one leg. No, it couldn't have been the assistant. I'm gonna say it couldn't have been the assistant because he's dragging one leg. And the assistant wasn't there when that happened, when he injured his foot. So she wouldn't have known to drag one leg. So I want to say the security lady. I don't want to, because again, she's going to shout at me. But my argument, yeah, small child can't have done it, because small child. But we still need information on that. Assistant couldn't have done it because she couldn't have falsified the dragging of the foot because she didn't know it happened. That's my argument. I think it's reasonable, whether or not the game agrees with it. She's going to shout regardless, that is fair. So I'm going to say the security lady. I have just saved, right? Pretty sure I just saved. If not, it shouldn't take too long to get here from the previous save. Small childs are evil. They're evil, but they can't wield massive spears. I'm still unsure as to whether or not that was the actual murder weapon, but we'll get to that. I'm going to say the security lady. Hey, but there's a security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper! Okay, good, I'm glad I remembered that.
Order. Is this true, Oldbag?
Oldbag, that's Miss Oldbag, you! Miss Oldbag was standing alone, standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah, right there. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. Come on, Phoenix. Betting the dude isn't even dead. Interesting. Was there? Hang on. There was an autopsy. That would make sense, which is why it's probably not going to be her, but it gives us more time. Exactly. It's just enough. It's just to give us time. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? That's a good point. Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Or does he, like, know that he needs more time as well?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it?
Hey, Edgy boy, just sit there, do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way? No, we don't need to try and convict her. We just need time, right? Save. We don't have proof she did it either. We just have proof that there is somebody else who could have. Everyone who calls him Edgy Boy needs to go to jail, in his opinion. That's fair. Give Granny a break. I guess this does kind of make it look like she's the killer. Funny, I feel bad for her all of a sudden.
It's true that the witness could conceivably have committed this crime. We must not forget that the victim was an action hero. As formidable as her personality may be, I doubt she'd be strong enough.
Uh-oh, if he removes her for consideration, that means Mr. Powers is it. Sorry, Windbag, but I don't have a choice. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Helmer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute! What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I erased! He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter.
When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops.
Gonna leave that.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders day, whippersnapper?
I have proof.
Proof? Indeed? Then let's see the proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder.
Does that look like a boy? Someone went there, right? Someone went to the thing and they would have seen it. I don't know. The boy already went. I don't know. Pierced through the chest, like through the chest. Wait, no, some room. Phoenix very confidently saying, "I have proof." You need a card key. That's probably important, right? He couldn't have even gotten into the studio. He could get into the thingy area, but you can't get into the studio. That's what I'm going to go with. I can't save, so we're going to have to just assume, hope this works. Yeah, that makes sense. We couldn't get in there without a card key. The storm drain only went to the staff area. That's my thinking. We'll see. The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key?
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name?
Something old bag, Your Honor.
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Boom. Love when Phoenix goes, "We have proof," and you as the player goes, "We do."
Wait a second.
That's very fun music.
I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me. I'm talking.
Cut to all the idiots. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you admitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? But by whom? Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify.
My lips were sealed with a very heavy coating of lipstick.
Glamorous Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? They said they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day.
God's sake. Both Phoenix and Edgeworth are just confused and shocked. They truly are husbands, yeah. This is a murder investigation, old bag.
But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
That's reasonable, frankly. All I wanted was some other suspects. Thank you.
Someone was murdered, you woman.
Oh, dear.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. The writing in this game is very good.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
I was trying to keep her job, I understand. At the risk of being accused of murder, it's a murder trial.
Global Studios wanted me to be quiet about something.
Explain, Global Studios, please. So you were told not to talk.
That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
She does have a thing about authority. Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We're all in on it. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder.
Who? Explain. Details. Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So where are these people? Sorry, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He had joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue this cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but... Why would they give me this option if not to take a break? I don't know. Save! Always save. Hell yeah, Edgeworth, we're now on the same side. Starting to see why people like Edgeworth now. I can always press more. I don't think I'm looking for a contradiction here. Yeah, continue.
They said they had nothing to do with it, see?
So it was, some other people. Mrs. Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that is silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
Bribery as well. Jeez. So you got your bonus and you still talked. Oh, goody. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. I'm glad I carried on. We'll take a break now. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet as we stand here, they may not. Yet as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold it that it's impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. This woman needs to go to jail immediately.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of.
I understand your pain, Edgeworth. I understand, Your Honor.
This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
Edgeworth, I totally get it.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Bloody hell. October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. If my client did that, I'd want to strangle them.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. I can speak.
Ah, it's really nothing. Smile. Oh, or should I... We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. No problem, werewolf boyfriend. So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? I doubt it, but it's not impossible. She had very strong feelings about this guy not being a good actor and that the other guy should have had a better job. But then again, thinking that like, oh, this guy should have a better job is not really a good justification to kill him. Yeah, we haven't figured out anything. We were buying time, Maya. What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it were her, really.
Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I kind of feel sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points out there, with or without my accusation. It's true. There were other people there. I don't feel sorry at all. Okay, let's go down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks, guys.
To be continued, full stop. Usually an ellipsis, but whatever. The one thing I can say about this game is it has never once gone where I expected it. And I'm all for that. She took a bribe and falsely accused someone. Feel bad for her, kind of. I mix of emotions. She really should have explained, you know, the fact that she deleted evidence. She probably should have said that up front. That would have been nice. The bribery for hush money, that is stupid. But whatever, it's fine. I don't think she did it, but I've been wrong before. October 18th, Wright & Co. Law Offices. Whew, what a day. This is no time for relaxing, Nick. Jeez, I just sat down. Say, you think WP's got a chance? I guess that really depends on the people we find out in today's trial. The director and producer? Yeah, them. Well, what are we doing here then? Let's get to the studios. Excellent question. However, I will examine my office for fun. It's a nice day outside. The hotel across the way is always full these days. There's the bellboy happily cleaning the room. Plants. This seems to be all the same. Mia's favourite potted plant. Maya's been watering it so much lately it looks a little swollen. She's either trying to make it grow or she's perfecting her water torture technique. I think this is all the same. Something about this, if this doesn't have the name of the film on it. Go see it. Doesn't have the title of the movie. Okay. I'm going to check them anyway. Horrendous amount of legal books and I've got to read them. Phone. Mia's desk. It's my desk. Sitting here makes me feel like a professional. Nothing else does. Probably made that joke last time. Anything to chat about? What to do? What do you think we should do? But why don't we just do what you said? We gotta get the scoop on this director and producer. Oh, right, yeah. Well, then there's no point hanging around here. That's what I've been saying. Let's get to the studios, pronto. Any ideas? We don't have enough information to make a case yet. That's exactly the same thing you said yesterday. Just admit it, you don't have a clue what happened. There's not enough information. That's fair. Don't really... The duct tape, that hasn't come up yet, but it's gonna be important. Stabbing somebody with a spear attached with duct tape. Did they go through the armor? Deleted evidence, bribery, calling Edgeworth edgy boy. Yeah, that's the biggest crime. Yeah, if you're going to commit crimes, you need to tell your lawyer about it. Sitting in a park now while children run around, cautiously turning on volume a bit. Hi, Kira. Right, let's go. Well, let's go to the detention centre, see how friend's doing. October 18th, detention centre. Visitor's room. Hi, Theo.
Oh, Mr. Wright, thank you for earlier.
Not at all. We got lucky, to tell the truth. You can say that again. Let's not. So, WP, do you have any leads that might get us going in the right direction?
Sorry, but no.
Be sure to tell us anything that comes to mind, no matter how small. We can't rely on getting lucky again tomorrow.
Yeah.
The fanboy. Do our fanboys sneak into the studios often?
No, not that I know of. That security lady's pretty strict with them.
But in today's testimony, didn't she say they were often hanging around?
The kids really, really love the Steel Samurai. They sneak past when she's not looking, I guess.
The director. Was the director present at the morning run-through?
Yeah, he was.
So, the director would know about the foot.
He were directing how Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate should move.
Why didn't you tell us that before?
Well, just studio asked us to keep quiet.
That has nothing to do with this. I hate to repeat myself, but Nick here is a newbie lawyer, fresh off the bar. When he loses, he's gonna lose big. Thanks.
I see.
Whose side is she on? She's on Edgeworth's side, obviously. You aren't hiding anything else from us, are you?
No, I sure hope not.
Examine Theo, how's he doing? This guard monitors the visitor's room. No comment about how still he is? Okay, fine. Let's tuck the shirt in a little bit. There's camera. Smile for the camera. I like the way it says smile for the camera. It's not like smile for the camera, it's smile for the camera. Da da da. This charade again. I'm just going to talk to him about a couple of things. Regarding the murder weapon.
Yeah.
Is it heavy, that spear?
Oh, it's pretty hefty, yeah. I don't think the average person will be able to swing it around effectively.
And that's the spear that broke or something during the morning run-through, right?
Oh yeah, I goofed on a round kick, you see. I broke the spear. The security lady fixed it for me right away, though.
With duct tape, we heard. This photo? Oops. Should have mentioned it because you were accused of murder. Everyone should go to jail for being idiots. Unfortunately, that would also mean we go to jail. So... yeah, she keeps doing the puffy cheeks. Regarding this photograph.
Yeah?
This really, truly, absolutely isn't you, right?
Right. I was sleeping in my dressing room the whole time, honest.
But who else could it have been? Your costume was in your dressing room?
Yeah. I guess they snuck in and took it while I were asleep.
But who? Just in case he's got anything to say about the ability to impale someone with a spear.
Excuse me. Thank you for showing me that. Whatever it is. I wish I could think of some way I could help you. Sorry.
We also need to go to jail, yes, along with Edgeworth. Right, okay, let's go to the scene of the crime. October 18th, 2:16 p.m. Global Studios main gate. No one's here. Right, now that they have Ms. Old Bag in custody. Oh yeah, could I have Tolkien? Could I have Tolkien to her? Spoken? I guess I don't have anyone else to replace her. Hey, in the guard station, look! She left her donuts! Great, man. What? I wasn't going to eat them. Yes, you were. A little look around. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Huh? Looks like it's been turned off for the day. That's stupid. An overhead map of the studios. Right from here is the employee area. To the left are the actual film studios. Left to the employee area, right? To come in here, you'd have to turn left. Anyway, main entrance to the studios. Phoenix doesn't know his lefts and rights, this makes sense. They probably have a police officer on patrol out there. Reasonable. Looks like a studio van. They probably use it to carry around film equipment. Also reasonable. Right. Move. Let's go to the employee area just to see if there's anything else. October 18th, Global Studios employee area. Look, it's that assistant girl. Hey. Hi. What was your voice? WP lawyers, right? I heard about the trial. Great job, guys. Oh! Don't mention it. Is it true they caught the security lady? Oh! Actually, she just called me. She told me to cover up that drain. You mean that one? With cardboard? Good job. What a mess. Phoenix didn't do anything to warrant that reaction. Yeah, but he's an idiot, so it's fine. I know. I'm not so good with handiwork. Some assistant, right? Yeah, but you do work on the props and the backdrops, right? Right. Just lots of times they end up looking worse than they did before I fixed them. Oh, well, I'm sure these things happen. Nothing to worry yourself about. You're right, I won't. Personally, I think she should worry at least a little bit more. It is her job. If you'll excuse me, I have to go to the guard station. I'm supposed to fill in for Mr. Oldbag. Right, see you later then. Good luck with your investigation. Examine the cardboard. So, the fanboy they were talking about in the trial today, he came in through that drain. So it seems. I guess they covered it up in a hurry. Hey, Nick. If that drain's covered, the boy won't be able to get in. Yeah, I think that's the idea. I feel kind of sorry for him, though, don't you? Yes, particularly if he's still in here and now can't get out. What, you want to rip the grate off? Really, Nick? We can? No. Are you serious? No. Why would we do this? This is a stupid decision. What is the effect of this? I don't know. You smile at me. Gonna save. Leaving it and doing nothing is literally nothing. Ripping it open is something, so we might as well try that first. Violence. Well, I guess some things are just made to be broken. Thanks, Phoenix. Yay! You know, Nick, you're pretty swell sometimes. Sometimes? Hiya! There! That should make the kids happy. The things we do. The drain grate is off. And I know who did it. Now the kids will be able to come in again. Doesn't it make you feel great to do a good deed like that? It'd be nice to live so free of guilt. Wow. This is silly. Not happy about that. Does that qualify as a good deed? I don't think so. Evidence is going to go missing now or something stupid. Was that one of those electric-powered bicycles? Don't know about these. I mean, what's the point? We already had this conversation. Backdrops. There's a half-finished backdrop for a stage here. Looks like a castle. Probably Neo Oldie Tokyo Castle. this was something we made a note of. Remains of the other day's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone on one of the plates, minus the steak. Why does that have a picture? Why does that have a picture? Because that, according to the images that we saw before, this is what, what's his face was eating? Powers. Not Powers. Hammer? Hammer. Whichever one died. Maybe it's poison. Phoenix, you're in a trial, right? Blushing, crying, throwing up. Oh, no. I'd like that bike, please. I'd like that bike. There's a criminal overlord. Hammer died. Okay. Stop. Hammer died. That's how we're going to remember. Someone stopped Hammer time. Yeah, exactly. I think that's it. Let's see.
However you slice it, it seems we've reached a dead end.
We're standing right in front of an openable door, Alexander. Let's see. Cola, candy, chips, and gum. It's so normal. Expecting cool things. We've had this conversation. Samurai soda. Try this. Be my guest. Okay. Oh, too bad. It's sold out. Stuff there. Will Powers.
Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big.
That is not an appropriate reaction to being told you said something incorrect, Alexander. Window into the dressing room. The glass is frosted, so I can't see inside. Door to the dressing room. It's not locked. Hey, Nick, let's go in. Maybe there will be something else to steal. Hey, we're not thieves. But we did take that card key. We borrowed that. There's a difference.
How'd you guess? It's locked by a chain.
It just said it's unlocked. Please, thank you. I'd say your name, but I've forgotten it.
I can't open it. Damn. Looks like I'm stuck.
Edward.
I might as well check this place out.
That's Jack. We all know Jack. There's a sign on the dressing room door. Will Powers. Must be neat to be the star and have your own room like this. Cool.
There are severed body parts strewn all over the office.
Well, we haven't got to the office yet, so we'll find that out. Edward Carnaby. October 18th, Global Studios dressing room.
The doorway is sealed by some mystical force.
It was open, Jack. This is where the steel samurai costume was on the day of the murder. That's what Mr. Powers says, at least. I guess they snuck in and took it while he was sleeping. But Nick, what if Mr. Powers hadn't been sleeping? I wonder what the killer was planning on doing then. She's got a point. He was drugged. Mystical force. It's called the latch. Examine his food, look for traces of drugs. Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap here, like he said. Frosted windows. It's locked. I guess he doesn't open his window much. Kinda dusty outside. Some regular suits in amongst the costumes here.
Doorway's blocked with metal bars.
Not incorrect. Those must be Mr. Powers' personal clothes. There's an array of cosmetics here. According to Maya, that wig was used on some old TV show. Samurai Boogie Woogie, Nick, get with the picture. Look, explain to me how you can identify a show just by seeing a wig. I kinda like samurai movies. Kinda. They always have mirrors like this in dressing rooms. I see my hair's still nice and spiky, just how I like it. Wink, wink. Bag. Old bag. Mr. Powers' bag. I wonder what's inside. Hey! Supermarket tabloids? Wow, I'm kinda shocked. Maya, leave those alone. Wolfmen found on Mars? I'll have to buy that issue. He's a wolfman. He's a wolfman that was found on Mars. Tea. How's this poison? There's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give those to the employees. Some tea and cookies. Wait, Nick! What now? These snacks, they passed the expiration date. Then don't eat them. They're snacks. They're meant to be eaten. Nothing else? Looking like it. They drugged him somehow, and I want to know how. Drugged with a gun in the hip. Fine. Okay. We go to the studio.
Ah! Oh, hello. Ho-ho! You look a little out of place. It's the clothes, isn't it? I thought my camo vest might do the trick. Kind of an alternative guard fashion thing.
Chat, the studios. So, how are the studios doing?
There's police wandering around everywhere. It's terrible. They won't even let me clean up. Don't want me disturbing evidence. I haven't even cleaned up our lunch plates from the day of the murder.
You mean those plates with the steak bones left over in them in the employee area?
Yeah, can you believe it?
Yes, and it's going to be evidence. I'm pointing at the microphone.
Do kids sneak in here a lot? Well, I don't think there's that many of them, but I do see one in particular a bunch. He's always gawking at the sets or snapping pictures.
Pictures! Evidence! Find them! Let them in! Steal their camera!
You should see old Windbag's eyes flash when she sees them. She has a bit of trouble catching them, though.
The director et al. That's a strange name. I heard something at the trial today. They said that the director and producer were here on the day of the murder.
Oh, sorry. I was in the prop storage room, so I didn't see them.
Props, eh?
I guess they were here, though. The studio heads seemed pretty eager to keep us quiet.
So, they were trying to protect the director.
More the producer, really. The producer's our real star here. She saved the studios from the brink of disaster and kept them running. I don't think we'd still be in business if it weren't for that producer.
The producer, huh? Suspicious. Right, outside Studio 1. This this statue still hasn't come up yet in the fallen tree. That's going to be significant. Because it's in the game. Someone had to draw it. Studio 1 entrance.
Hey, Nick! It looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here today.
You're right. He's probably up to his neck in paperwork after the commotion at today's trial. Did we pick up on anything with Gumshoe? Is he happy? Is he like all right that we didn't rip him apart in court again? I don't know.
Oh, nah. So, Nick, remember that Studio 2 we heard about in the trial today? It was down that path with the fallen tree, right?
Yeah, I think that's what they said.
Maybe the director and the rest of them are there today. Now's our chance, Nick. Let's check it out.
I mean, I'm going to examine things a little more. Doobly-doo. Welcome.
It says welcome.
They let people in here when they're not filming, right?
Nick, let's come here someday. What do you say?
Sure, if that security lady lets us in. Camera. Camari. That's the security camera that automatically takes pictures of people here. Took 2 pictures on the day of the murder before the actual time of death. One of them was the steel samurai, the other was a grade school boy. Doesn't seem to be switched on today, for some reason. Ambushed. Maybe I'll sit down here for a bit.
This is exactly why I don't want to get old, ever.
Hey, I'm still young. Just tired.
Nick, when you start having to say I'm still young, you know it's all over.
But I am still young. True, everybody in this game is younger than me. Probably. Maybe not Old Bag. It's not his fault Old Bag was bribed with hush money. Yeah, that's fair. In the trial they said Studio 2 was down this path. The monkey head is in the way, but we should be able to get by it without a problem.
This monkey's head's real heavy.
Well, it did knock the tree over when it fell.
Both of these, the monkey head and the tree, fell the day of the murder, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what Detective Gumshoe said. Interesting. Studio mascot. Apparently it's a monkey of some kind. I've never seen a monkey with a nose like that before.
Why don't they put his head back on?
Maybe we should ask that assistant. Probably because it happened on the day of a murder. They've got more important things to worry about. Not sure we really want her fixing anything. You probably need a crane to move that thing.
Yeah, probably so.
I'm older than Old Bag. Well, I am from the 60s. She had a rough life. The entrance to studio. Am I older than Gumshoe? That's a question. This is the studio where they've found Jack Hammer's body. Okay, cool. I'm going to go back to Studio 1. Just, again, see if we get any new information. Was that open before? I don't really want to be in here. Yeah, it is a murder scene. It's our job. I want to go someplace else, Nick. Bye then. I'm going to examine stuff. Was this? No, that's not interesting. Apparently, okay. What's this? Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. Wanting to sit. Look at these. Black and white clapper, megaphone, standard stuff. He's troubled apparently. Tape, evil magistrate costume, head, helmet. Expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. Costume must have absorbed most of it. Ladder, step ladder, yeah. She's gonna say that's heavy, and she's gonna say this is from Neo Oldie Tokyo. Okay, cool, nothing here. To Studio 2. The outside Studio 2. I think it's a little happy face. October 18th, Studio 2 entrance. More plates. This place is deserted. Crash! Yeah! Nick! What was that noise? What was that noise? Sounded like it came from inside the trailer. That's a trailer? Someone must be inside. Hello? No answer. Pretty suspicious if you ask me, Nick. Let's go in. Not sure we should be barging in. Huh? It's locked. What? Don't we have a key? No, but there's probably one in the guard station at the main gate. Then what are we waiting for? Let's borrow it.
I can't open it. Damn. Looks like I'm stuck.
Actually,
might as well check this place out.
Might as well. If they'll let us. They'll let us. There's some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. And bent. On closer inspection, this trailer looks like it's been here for a while. I don't think this is part of some temporary film set. Yeah, I know action music's happening, but I'm looking around. These look like materials for making a movie set. They've been sitting here for quite some time. This might as well be a junkyard. 2. There's a big 2 painted here. Wonder why. Probably because this is Studio 2? Probably. Well, it doesn't look anything like a studio. Slide. More plates. Looks like 2 people ate here. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. What is it with steaks around here? Hey, there's always room for steak, but something does seem out of place. What? I don't know. Just feels odd. An incinerator! Apparently they just put this one in. Interesting. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much. Also means they're burning things. A light van for moving staff and equipment around. They've kept it in pretty good shape. Looks like it'll run fine. Well, let's go for a drive. Sure, if I had a license. Nick, you don't have a driver's license? But look, I have this. Why are you showing me your attorney's badge, Nick? It gives me license to jump in people's cars and say, drive that way. Suspicious indeed. Honest to God amount of incinerators in these games. Oh, it's a recurring theme, is it? Okay, fine. Let's go to Studio 1. Nope. And Studio Main Gate. 4. No. Examine. Ah, there's board of keys, I see. The security guard station. I can see the computer that runs the security cameras. Oh, please, don't touch anything in there. The security lady would knock the stuffing out of me if she knew. I really want the key to that trailer. Maybe next time. What do you mean maybe next time? Just ask. Explain the situation. was rather expecting there to actually be a thing here.
The lock on the store is broken.
Hey, dude, here's a photo. If only we were broken, we could just go in there, you know? You take a look at this.
That's Mr. Powers. Why is he dragging his leg like that? What is this anyway?
Yeah, it looks like she didn't know about his photo or the injury that morning. Never mind. It's important she doesn't know any more than she needs to. Only ask questions, never give information. I also blame learning Dutch. Guide map, this murder weapon. Say, you work with the props, right? About that murder weapon.
You mean a samurai spear?
Yeah, it's a prop, but it's still pretty heavy.
I hate having to carry that thing around.
So you probably have to be pretty strong to use that as a weapon, it sounds like. Where's Mr. Powers, the only person I can think of? I'm connecting dots, a la that one GIF. a little dot has been connected in my brain. Is it important? Don't know. What do I do now then? I'm gonna quickly go to the employee area for reasons.
Ashes to ashes, 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 to ashes.
Studio 2 ashes. Anything to examine I haven't examined? Oh, the door. Okay, that has its own thing. The trailer door. It's locked. The key is probably in the security guard station. I doubt they'd let us borrow it.
I can't find the room in which you say you're locked up.
In which you say you're locked up in. Into which you claim
The door's bolted shut.
somebody locked you into to be in locked. Well, the music isn't happening now.
The lock on the store is broken.
And this looks like a spear. Was there an altercation here and he got pushed and he fell and oh no, we need to frame someone. Possibilities. But then how would they have known to drug the guy in advance? I'm assuming
There's
he
no
was
door
drunk.
handle.
There really doesn't appear to be anything here. No clues.
Carnby, I'm stuck in front of a door. The lock works with cards. I already have 3, but I seem to need 4.
Get another card then. Well, it seemed like something was happening and then it just didn't. So I don't really know what to do now. The detention center? Ask questions? No? Can I get a card key for Studio 2?
Wow, they gave a lawyer one of those card keys?
Well, I'm sort of borrowing it.
Oh, I see. You better be careful not to lose that. They're very strict about those card keys here.
I guess they're pretty good about keeping these out of outsiders' hands. Thanks, I'll be careful. If anything.
Not pretty sure what that is, sorry.
It's the map of your place of work. Nothing else to talk about. Nothing else to examine. I feel like I'm being very silly on stream, and that's not an uncommon occurrence. Not allowed to take the key, but there was a noise, and I could tell her there's a noise. but it's apparently not important. Let me go back here. I need to check something. Green smudges. Suspicious. This feels like it's the same setup as the other table. Grate that used to cover the drain. It's a little bent. Don't think it would fit up back on if I tried. That's fine, because you've actively sabotaged it. That must be the storage room. That's where they keep all the film equipment. We chatted about that last time. What am I missing? What am I missing? Just looking for the trigger that the game wants me to trigger. I'm back to the dressing room. I did earlier. But I guess now that I've opened the grate, someone could get in there, so it's probably... Yeah, that's probably a thing. Since opening the grate, yes. Since leaving the area, having opened the grate, no. WTF? Oh, this is someone else. Problem is, I've already used that voice, which is what I want to do here. I'm assuming this is the child. Child voice. No, well, no. Okay, well, we'll just click and see what happens. Oh, okay, well. Fair enough. How the hell did you fit through the gate? Great. Wait, you first. Who are you? You look pretty suspicious to me.
Whatever, neighbours.
Manila.
Could you not know the great Salmonella?
Salmonella, eh?
I make the elite shows. The Steel Samurai. Mine. RTFC. Read the film credits.
Is this the producer? No, it's the director? Or just the fan? I don't know. What the hell's happening? Salmonella, yes. Really? You're the Salmonella? I'm so sorry. I just... You look so... Sorry.
No, it's quite right, really. It's fine, Ruffle.
What is it?
You know, on close inspection. Yeah.
Punch him. Kick him in the shins.
Tate, you do a lot of cosplay, because that costs you rock stars.
Roxsaurus? What? Hey, you're drooling. Can he have done it?
Sir, you put your tongue back in your filthy mouth where IT belongs.
Where IT belongs. I'm gonna shove an entire computer in your throat.
Yes, low buffer overrun. You've triggered my creative powers. Yes, it's coming to me. Pink Princess. The sequel of the Steel Samurai. Pink Princess, Warrior of Lights, the little oldie Tokyo. Ruffle that owl.
Pink Princess? Why's it gotta be little oldie Tokyo? Why gotta have a cool name like Neo Oldie Tokyo? Maya, we really need to talk about cool. Says me. Oh, hate this person. Okay, let's have a chat. Day of the crime. Did you notice anything unusual on the day of the murder? Apart from yourself?
Oh, I know who you dudes are. A security lady told you about us, eh?
That's right.
It was a pretty regular day. We had a run through for an action scene in the morning. Then a meeting from lunchtime in the Studio 2 trailer. I was so busy I didn't even get a chance to eat lunch.
Well, lunch was eaten. T-bone steak, was it?
Yeah, sucksaws. I ate me snout on food.
Nick, what does sucksaurus mean? Don't ask, don't ask. No idea.
Anyway, I was in a meeting from noon till after 4 with the producer and some of the bigwigs from the network.
Mr. Hammer's time of death was estimated at 2:30 p.m. If he's telling the truth, that meeting gives him an alibi. The producer. About the producer who was at the meeting with you.
Oh, you mean the Vasquez? She's a genius, mad skills all the way. He's scary though. She brought his studios back from the brink of destruction. She's the one who made it possible for me to make the Steel Samurai.
You had a meeting with her on the day of the murder, right?
Yeah, we were together from noon till 4 the whole time.
The big wigs. Who exactly are these big wigs people keep mentioning?
Oh, the boss over at the network and some sponsors. Also a few production guys. They piled into a limousine and got here right around noon. Major tension!
Were all of them with you the entire time?
Yeah, unfortunately. They're all grey-haired geezers, me.
Sounds like they'd all be reliable witnesses. Okay. Why are you in here? That's what I would ask. Bunch of snacks on the table. Give to the employees. The snacks! There was twice this much as here. There was twice this much here before.
I ate them. They were past their expiration date anyway. Ruffle.
She's biting her lip and staring at me with tears welling in her eyes. Now fall asleep, please. I want you to suddenly get tired. Here's the thing.
I try not to pay much attention to things that don't interest me. Hello.
Look, why are you staring at me like that? Stop it. Or I have a spear, apparently. Oops. Keep pressing wrong buttons. I'm an old man. Leave me alone.
Yeah. This is WP, right?
How do you know?
Well, look, he's obviously dragging his foot.
Oh, right, yeah, the director would know about the injury. He was there. Don't have to pay much attention. Stop staring at Maya. I will impale you. Stop it. Okay, right, we're done. We're done. We're done here. I'm a lawyer. No. Put him in the flaming bin, then throw the flaming bin into a fire, and then set the fire on fire. Right, we're off. Bye. There's always one, isn't there? We had sausage head and now this. Anything changed here? Is he eating anything out here? Might have been evidence. Okay, well. Now! I will allow pervert. For obvious reasons.
Ah! You again!
Aren't you supposed to be in prison?
How rude, acting like you've seen a ghost.
You certainly go back to your post quickly.
Oh, the police took me away, they did. They pulled out a spare steel samurai costume.
Ah.
Told me to put it on, can you imagine? How could I, a sweet little old lady, wear a giant suit like that?
Mr. Powers is pretty tall.
As soon as they saw there was no way I could wear it, they let me go.
Guess that would rule out her being the murderer.
Anyway, know this, whippersnapper. This old lady never forgets a slight or insult. And you won't get any information out of me. My lips are sealed.
Frankly, we didn't get any last time. You sure are talking a lot for someone with sealed lips.
Starting now. 1, 2, 3.
This lady's too much. I agree. The fanboy. About that kid you said you saw.
If I see him again, I'm taking him down.
Nick, look at her eyes. She's serious. She doesn't have eyes. They're just voids. The director et al. About the director, the one who was here on the day of the murder.
If I see him again, I'm taking him down.
Nick, I think she's losing it. She'll still be imprisoned for the bribery, yeah. Well, I highly doubt I'm going to be able to get this key now. Security guard station. I can see the computer that runs the security cameras.
No touching.
Guess I better investigate there later. I'm even further away from the goal. He's gonna hyperventilate, yeah. Right, back outside Studio 2, see if anything's interesting. This still importante. Nothing. Where's Penny? She in here? No. Oh, hello. Hey! Camera, I need your camera. Give it to me. Hey, wait! Oh, I bet he came in right through that drain. Hey, Kiddo, what's your name, sport? I'm doing all my high-pitched voices already.
Oh, I'm not okay. You should not talk to me like that.
Huh? But you are a kid. What a rude little brat. There's no way to talk to an adult.
I've never seen no adults here. Hippie fashion chick.
Hippie fashion? Nick, I think I'm being mocked.
Gotta hand it to Maya. She's pretty sharp and pretty mad.
Yeah, I'm Cody. It's Cody Atkins. Call me Kitty O again, and I'll cut you down when you said evildoer.
Another voice I'm gonna regret. Can I borrow your camera? This is the perfect voice. The Steel Samurai. So you're a fan of the Steel Samurai?
Name evildoer.
What do you mean? We're on the Steel Samurai side.
You can't fool me.
Okay, then what's the last line said by the innkeeper in episode 8?
Easy. Like some phrase with that.
Not bad, Kiddo.
Yeah, watch it.
What are they doing? Don't think that's a good voice for my voice. Honestly, it's easier than the old bag. I'll take it, it's fine. Say, you heard anything about the incident the other day? I read that as indecent. It's incident. You were here, weren't you? Did you see anything?
He always, the Steel Samurai always wins. Always. Yeah, I saw him. I saw everything.
What?
But no way am I telling you losers.
What? Wait.
Let me go.
He's gone. Huh. Something fell off the table when he bumped into it on his way out.
Drugs! A bottle. Why was this sitting there, I wonder? Empty bottle, found on the table, the employee area. The label reads sleeping pills. Drugs. Anyway, what was that kid saying? He saw everything. Marvelous. Doesn't look like a bullet. Right, well that seems pretty important. And we will learn about it next time. Swoosh. Aha, well, that took a while to load. Yee. Well, we have many awkward voices piling up in front of us. We'll see how it goes. Q logo? Oh, the thing, yeah. The little, that was for the chibi? Not our chibi. October drawing. I'm the sexy mermaid. I am. It's mermaid, isn't it? Didn't we say we're going to draw mermaids? I don't know. But anyway. Jibby.
The living room door's stuck.
The living room door? Oh, it's a living room. Oh, I thought it was a trailer. No, he thought it was a trailer. I thought it was just a building. Need to draw a mermaid. Yeah. Chibi, not chibi. Annoyingly, that disambiguation has already occurred naturally in as much as, one of them's chibi, one of them's jeeb. So it's fine. But yee. My Windows Explorer is having some fun times. Thumbnails are flickering. I should probably end the stream before my computer explodes. Jibby. It's like buffalo, but chibby. Jibby. All the jibbies. Yee. But yes. Thanks for hanging. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to stop at a reasonable time for the purposes of resting my voice, and then tomorrow we will make it worse. Like this. Keep meaning to change that to thigh rope, which makes more sense. Time for bed. Away and rest, indeed. I hope you all had a nice time. This game keeps going places. I physically cannot stop it. Sometimes I'd like to, sometimes I won't. But I'm glad in this case at least, Edgeworth feels like he's on our side, even though we are literally on opposite sides. That was fun. I like that. Time for Eep. Yeah, same game's certainly going, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. Honk shoe indeed, yes. But yeah, so I hope you had a lovely time. Edgeworth is becoming our husband, exactly. Starting to see the appeal. Starting to see what Phoenix saw in him back in their college days. Definitely on our side here. Absolutely, yes. Smiley face. We'll see. We haven't met the producer yet. I think that's the only other character that we know of we haven't met, so starting to see the appeal of the disaster bisexual. Gotta go. Have a good Kiro. Enjoy. Past tense is a fun thing, isn't it? Anyway, have a grand one, everyone. Thanks for hanging. Back tomorrow evening with more absolute nonsense. Look after yourselves. Thank you for keeping me company and being astounded with me alongside this game, or knowing what's coming and laughing at my surprise. Have a good one. Bye.